Hello everybody, welcome to game one of the 1969 Inside Pitch Fall Classic from the 1969 NL Pennant Chase replay using the Inside Pitch game engine. And game one of the series takes us to Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, where the Baltimore Orioles will take on the San Francisco Giants, the Giants winning the National League pennant in the 69 NLCS or NL replay, I should say, on Inside Pitch. I hope you like the colors black and orange because that's all we're going to see. In fact, I'll show the cards of the two starting pitchers, and you can see how similar they are. All black and orange. The only difference is what's black and what's orange. It's kind of reversed. But like I say, if you like black and orange, you're in the right place. If you don't, you might be in trouble. All right, so let's look at the Orioles, because I've been seeing the Giants a lot in the replay, but we haven't done anything with the Orioles. So let's look at the bench players for the Orioles, so we know who's available off the bench as well as in the bullpen. So for the Orioles, on their bench, they have 4 right-handed hitters and 2 lefties. The 2 lefties are backup catcher Clay Dalrymple and left-handed hitting Dave May, an outfielder. The 4 right-handers off the bench: Merv Retman, Chico Simone, Kurt Moten, and also another catcher, Andy Etchebarren. So those are the 6 bench players available for Earl Weaver. And now let's look at the bullpen. They have 1 lefty out of the bullpen, and that's Pete Rickard. He's the only one. The rest of them are right-handers. And we are looking at Tom Phoebus, Dave Leonard, Dick Hall, and closer Eddie Watt. Those are the bullpen. That's all they have for the Orioles. Of course, the way the starters pitch, you don't need much of a bullpen for them. And let's look at the starting lineup for the Orioles. And this is the actual starting lineup they had in game 1 of the actual World Series when they played the Mets. Buford's in left, Paul Blair's in center, Frank Robinson's in right, Boog Powell's at first, Brooks Robinson's at third, Elrod Hendricks is catching, Dave Johnson's at second, Mark Belanger's at short, and Mike Cuellar on the mound. So there you have the complete roster for the Orioles. Let's look at the bench players for the Giants, see who we have available. Off their bench, there are 2 left-handed hitters, outfielder Dave Marshall and utility man Bob Berta, 1 switch hitter, Ken Henderson, and then 4 right-handed hitters, backup catcher Jack Hyatt, backup catcher Bob Barton, Bobby Etheridge, an infielder, and Jim Davenport, a utility player. Those are the bench players for the Giants. Let's look at their bullpen. That's who they have available. Only have 1 lefty out of the pen, and that is left-hander Ray Sadecki. I'm sorry, they have 2 because they've got another bullpen pitcher, Ron Bryant, as well. So they got 2 lefties off the bullpen. Right-handers Rich Robertson, got the wrong card. Bobby Bolin, Ron Herbel, Don McMahon, and Frank Lindsay. So those are the bullpen characters for the Giants. And leading off for the Giants will be Tito Fuentes at third base, Ron Hunt's at second, Bobby Bonds is in right, Willie McCovey's at first, Willie Mays is in center, Jimmy Ray Hart's in left, Dick Dietz catching, Hal Lanier at short, and Juan Marichal on the mound. As we look ahead to games 2 and 3, we will look at the updated starters. Game 2 starter for the Giants will be left-hander Mike McCormick. And game 2 starter for the Orioles, I'll have to look it up, actually. I don't have it in front of me. It's going to be whoever it was that actually started the second game, whether it's McNally or Palmer. I don't remember off the top of my head. But McCormick will start in game 2 for the Giants. And then Gaylord Perry will start game 3 when they come back to Candlestick. But right now, we're worried about game 1 because that's what we got to play. So game 1 is upon us. I do have the score sheet right here, all filled out and ready to go. with the lineups that I just mentioned earlier. Mike Cuellar, 23-11 with a 2.38 ERA in 1969. He is your starting pitcher for the Orioles. And for the Giants, we will have Tito Fuentes to lead it off. And before we get going, I do need to pause the video and then we'll get started. Okay, we are ready to go. Mike Cuellar finishing up those warm-up tosses. This is game 1. And through the first 5 games, I'm going to use exactly the same lineup that the Orioles used. Of course, that's what the real 69 series went. If it goes to games 6 and 7, then I'll just have to create my own lineup the way I'm doing it for the Giants. So we shall see. Mike Cuellar going to get the call here in game 1 against Tito Fuentes in game 1 of the 1969 Inside Pitch World Series is underway. 3-2. 3-2 for Cuellar. Strikeout chance. 8 is not going to be enough because he's only a 4. Plus the stadium takes away 2. So Fuentes will get the swing. 2-5. And against a lefty, that's a double. He hits lefties better than righties. That's a double to left field. So Tito Fuentes starts things off with a double, and Earl is not happy. He's already pulled out of Chesterfield and lit it up. So Cuellar now the strategy roll. Nothing happening. Here's Ron Hunt. Cuellar to Hunt. 5-6 strikeout chance. That is a 6. Hunt is a 6, but again, the stadium takes away 2, so Hunt will not strike out. He will get to swing. 4-2 is a ground ball to short. 1 away. Now to get from second to third, the 1D6 roll, this has to be greater than, the base running rating has to be greater than the D6 roll. So we need a 1, 2, or 3. And with a 1, 2, or 3, Fuentes will advance. 4, 5, or 6, he's got to hold. And he's got to hold. So he holds at second base. So 1 down for Bobby Bonds. Again, the strategy roll for Cuellar. Nothing happening. Cuellar to Bonds, 1-4. Hit by pitch chance. He's a 10, but that's a -9. So no hit by pitch, but Bonds will swing. 4-3. That's a single to left field. Base hit for Bobby Bonds. Left fielder Buford's a +1 arm. Fuentes is a 4 base running rating, makes it a 5. To score from second on a single to left, you add 1, makes it a 6. So he will score without a throw. Buford just throws it into Dave Johnson at second base. And just like that, the Giants lead it 1-0. Maybe the momentum of the NLCS against the Cubs is still working for them, whereas the Orioles were just sitting around waiting for something to happen. So maybe they're a little rusty. I don't know. Strategy roll, Bonds is a 5. -1 makes him a 4 for a jump. Can't do it. He will hold for Willie McCovey. Lefty on lefty. Infield is halfway. Cuellar, 5-5. That's a potential wild pitch. That's a 2. So that will be a wild pitch. So Cuellar getting a little rattled here early on. That will take the double play out of the equation. Again, roll strategy. Nothing happening. Infield back to normal depth now. 1-3 against a lefty is a blank. So McCovey gets the swing. McCovey, a 4-6. And he's going to single past first or single to first base. Let's see if he can score from second on an S3. You have to have a 4 or better base running rating, and Bonds has a 5, so that means he will score from second base. And the Giants all of a sudden jump out to a 2-0 lead, and Earl Weaver is pacing that dugout. Jim Palmer trying to tell him to calm down, but not doing any good. Strategy roll for Cuellar. Nothing happening, and now that brings up Willie Mays. Infield is at double play depth. 5-3. Walk plus to a lefty, but against a right-hander, that's a blank, so Mays gets the swing. 3-3, he flies to center. Out number 2. So 2 down for Jimmy Ray Hart, who just clubs left-handed pitching. So that's why he's in there. Cuellar strategy roll, nothing happening. 2-6, that's a home run question mark, and against a right-hander, 1-19, that passes. Jimmy Ray Hart, a 1-6 would be a home run. 7, he just missed it, but he does get the swing, but he just misses the home run. Hart, 6-4, he's still going to single pass short, and that'll put runners at first and second. with 2 down, and now the number 7 hitter, Dick Dietz, is at the plate. Cuellar having a rough first inning. The pitch to Dietz, 2-2, possible error on a throw. Dietz, 2-3 is a fly to left, so that's going to end the inning. But the Giants pick up 2 in the top of the first, and they have given that lead to Juan Marichal. Of course, he will have to face that tough Oriole lineup. But at the end of half an inning, this is the Giants 2 and the Orioles coming to bat. And Marichal ready to go, 21-11, the 2.10 ERA. Against Don Buford, switch hitting left fielder. 3-5, and that's a double question mark against a lefty. 1-4 is an automatic out, but that's a 5, so no out there. Buford will get the swing. 1-2, that's a fly to right field, which Bonds puts away. 1 away for Paul Blair. Marichal 4-5, and that is again the double question mark. 1-2 is a single, but that's out of range. Blair will swing, 3-4, and he grounds it to third. 2 down as Fuentes makes the play. For Frank Robinson, right fielder. 4-3 is a blank. We go to Robinson's card. 3-1, it's ground ball to second. Easy inning there for Mr. Marichal. 1-2-3, down go the Orioles, and looks like Earl is on his second Chesterfield. He's already stamped out the first one and lit up a second one. So here is Hal Lanier. He will lead it off, followed by Marichal, and then the top of the order, Fuentes. See if Cuellar settles down here in the second inning. 5-1's a double question mark. Right-hander 1-7 is an out. That's an 8, so it will not be an out. Lanier gets to swing. 1-6, he will ground to short. Belanger makes the play. 1 down for Juan Marichal. 3-6 is a strikeout chance, and he got him. So that's 2 down. And it sends us to Tito Fuentes. Cuellar 1-2, strikeout chance. He does not get him. He's a 4, minus 2 is a 2, so that 3 is not going to do it. Fuentes will get the swing. 5-3 is a ground ball to third, and Brooks Robinson, Johnny on the spot. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cuellar. That's more like it if you're in the Oriole bandwagon and you're Earl Weaver. That's more like it. The question is, can his team muster some runs here against Marichal? Well, here's Big Boog Powell and his famous barbecue. 6-2, possible error on a throw. 6-6, that's a single. There is not going to be a throw because there's no other. You don't throw on those S6s or S anything. You only throw on singles to the outfield. Any single to the infield is no throw. So that's a base hit. And Boog Powell will have to hold. He has no chance to do anything, but we'll do strategy for potential pickoff or balk for Marichal. And there's no 20, so nothing there. Here's Brooks Robinson, infield halfway. 1-6 strikeout chance, but that's too much, so Robinson gets the swing. 3-4, and that's a fly to left. Put away out there by Mr. Hart. 1 away for Elrod Hendricks. Nothing happening. 5-5 is a blank. We go to Elrod. 6-6, ground ball to second. Could be the double play they're looking for. However, Marshall's a -1, so that 1 minus 1 is a 0. They were halfway, makes it a 1. Pivot is a 0. So this has to be a 1 to be a double play. It is not. So let's see, is 4 greater than Boog Powell's? Yes, it is. So it will be a fielder's choice, 4-6. And Hendricks is the new runner at first base. For Davy Johnson, nothing on the strategy. Marichal to Johnson. 2-1 is a blank for a right-hander. Go to Johnson. 5-4, he will fly to left. And again, Jimmy Ray Hart puts it away. 2 innings in the books. Still 2-0 Giants. And Cuellar back out. We'll be facing Ron Hunt. 1-2 is a strikeout chance. 10 is too much. Hunt gets the swing. 2-1. Star 6 is a fly to center. Put away out there by Paul Blair. 1 down. Here's Bobby Bonds. Had that big RBI single his first time. 5-6. Strikeout chance. 17. We'll get him. That's a 20 Minus the 2 is an 18, but 17 fits. Bonds goes down hacking. 2 up, 2 down for McCovey. 4-6 range play. We go to McCovey. 2-2. That's a fly to right. The range of Frank Robinson. He's only a 2. And he fails that. Is it a double? It is not. RBI, or not RBI, but a 2-out single by McCovey. And that will send up Willie Mays. Strategy roll for Cuellar. Nothing happening. Cuellar to Mays. 1-6 strikeout chance. 17 is too much. Mays gets to take a hack. 2-1. He lines it hard, but right at Brooks Robinson to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 favor of the Giants. And Mark Belanger, number 8 hitter in the lineup, is stepping to the plate. It's Marichal, 6-1, blank against a right-hander. Belanger, 1-5. He's going to hit a single to center field, base hit. That will bring up the pitcher, but first we roll strategy for an attempt, and nothing's happening. So now we're looking at a potential bunt from Cuellar. Although he's only a 2 bunter, but I think you kind of have to bunt. Makes him a 1. But Marichal will pitch first. 3-3 is the ball. Would have been the ballpark card, but we're going to override that with the bunt. He is a 1. 1 rated bunter and a 13 might be trouble. A 1 and a 13 is the lead runner. The lead runner is out. Red die is the 1's the pitcher. So Marichal fields it and will throw to the shortstop, Lanier, covering second base for the force. Cuellar is the new runner at first base with 1 out. Field bunt play. FCB, fielder's choice bunt. Marichal, nothing on the strategy. Here's Buford. 5-3, that's a range play at the ballpark. The infield is halfway, so if it's an infield play, they lose 1 on their range. 5-4. That's a double to right field, but it's a range play. So we're looking for Bonds. He's a 3. Can he take the double away? He can. So Bonds ranges into the corner, makes the catch for out number 2, takes the double away from Buford. Cuellar stays at first base. Here's Paul Blair. So that probably saved a run right there. Marichal, 3-5 is a hit by pitch, but 12 is too much for that. Blair gets to swing. 5-5, he's going to fly to left, and Hart puts it away to end the inning. So Marichal in control so far. The Oriole bats are quiet. It's 2-0 as we go to the fourth. Cuellar has settled down, but the question is it too little too late? Those 2 runs might stand. There's Jimmy Ray Hart. Cuellar, 1-3 is a walk chance against a right-hander, and that will be a base on balls issued to Jimmy Ray Hart. He has no attempt, but strategy for the pickoff for the balk. And nothing's happening. Here's Dick Dietz. Infield is halfway. 3-1's possible error. Go to Dietz. 5-5. Star 2. Ground ball to short. That's an 18. Belanger's only an 8, so it won't be an error. But there might be a double play. He's a 3. Nothing added there, but their +1 makes it a 4. The pivot, second baseman Johnson, is a +1. That makes it a 5. 1-5, it's a double play that ends the inning. Oh, that doesn't end the inning. It'll be 2 outs, rather. And that's what we have. 6-4-3, double play. 2 quick outs. And notice both Oriole middle infielders are +1 on the pivot. So they can turn a lot of double plays for sure. And plus Brooks Robinson with his 5 range. And even Boog Powell's got a 4 range. So they're excellent defensive team for sure. Here is Hal Lanier. 2 outs, base is clear. 5-3 is a blank to a righty. Lanier, 1-5. Question mark 9 against a lefty, 1-11. That's a 2. It's a base hit for Hal Lanier. Not a significant base hit, but it does allow Juan Marichal to bat now instead of leading off the next inning. So I guess that's pretty significant. And that's definitely not going to try to steal. Cuellar, 6-4 strikeout, and 20 is too high, so Marichal will not strike out. He gets to actually swing. 3-1, and he grounds it back to Cuellar to end the inning. But it does clear him, and Fuentes can lead off the 5th. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. here at Memorial Stadium. Still 2-0 in what I'm calling the orange and black series. Black is the new orange. Wasn't there some kind of TV show about that? So here we go. Marichal to Robinson. 5-2, that's a ball 1. So Marichal will try again. 6-1, blank for the right-hander. So Robinson swings 5-4, and that's a star 6, which is a ground ball to third. Fuentes all over it. 1 down for Boog Powell. 1-1, strikeout chance, and that's a 2. So Boog Powell goes down swinging. 2 up and 2 down for Brooks Robinson. 2-1, that's a blank to a right-hander. Robinson 6-6, he's going to fly to center, and Willie Mays puts it away. Ends the inning. We go to the 5th. Still 2-0. Favor the Giants. Fuentes, the leadoff man. He's doubled and grounded to third. 6-1 is a range play at the ballpark. 2-6 is a star 1, which is a ground ball to third. Brooks Robinson's a 5. But he can't get to it. That's a 6. So how about that? Snuck it by Brooks Robinson. And it'll actually go for a double down the line. So another double for Tito Fuentes as he snuck it past Brooks Robinson. Don't get many past him, but they did right there. Caught him flat-footed a bit. And leadoff double it is. Here's Cuellar. Nothing happening. Ron Hunt, the batter, 6-1. Another range play at the ballpark. 5-4, and that's a double to right field. But again, the range check is on Frank Robinson. He's only a 2. If he can't get to this, it's an RBI double. But he gets to it. How about that? Frank Robinson gets to it. The question is now, can Fuentes tag up? He's a 4 base running rating, and Frank Robinson's a -1 arm, makes him a 3. So 1 to 3, he will make it. Only way he's out is a 6-6. Nope, he has to hold. So he will hold at second base with 1 down. So Frank Robinson just saved a run there for, no question about it. Now here's Bobby Bonds. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Cuellar to Bonds. 1-4, hit by pitch, but not going to happen with that -9. Bonds does get to swing, 4-4. Question mark 8 to a lefty, 1 to 17. That's a 20, so it's going to be just a fly ball to center field. So fly to center. Fuentes is a 4. He drops to a 1 on the fly to center. And Blair's a -2, so that means he cannot go anywhere. So he will have to hold. 2 down for Willie McCovey. Could walk McCovey and pitch to Mays. McCovey is 2 for 2, although it is a lefty on a lefty matchup. But I think, boy, what do you do with that? He's 2 for 2. Mays is 0 for 2. It's a lefty on lefty. Do you give up the lefty on lefty matchup? You know what? Earl Weaver says go after him. So we're going to go after him. 20 means a chance of a balk or a pickoff. To 1, he balks. So Cuellar balks Fuentes to third base. So how do you like that? A balk has been called by the umpire, and Fuentes takes third. Cuellar, nothing on that one. Infield normal because there's 2 outs. Cuellar, 2-3 is a potential walk. 13 will be a walk, so it was an unintentional walk. And that puts runners at the corners for Willie Mays. Nothing on the strat roll. Cuellar to Mays. 2-2, possible error on a throw. Mays, 1-5 is a question mark 9 against the lefty. Goes to 12. That's a 5. That's a double. A double for Willie Mays. And that's going to score at least 1, possibly 2. We'll have to check the error on a throw. The error on Blair is a 4. So it will not be a throwing error. We know Fuentes will score from third to make it 3-0. The question is, can McCovey score? McCovey runs at a 3. There are 2 outs, makes him a 4. Blair is a -2, makes him a 2. And to score on a double from first base to center field, you do add 1, makes him a 3. So 1 to 3, he will score. And he has to hold at third base. So McCovey will hold at third. But the Giants now lead it by the score of 3-0. And Jimmy Ray Hart, the very tough right-handed hitter, is on deck. First base is open, and I think they're going to issue the free pass to, and actually I put an intentional walk. That was not an intentional walk to McCovey. That was a regular walk. This one's an intentional walk. It's going to load the bases, and they'll pitch to the much inferior Dick Dietz. So bases loaded, 2 down. Cuellar to Dietz. 3-6 struck him out. So Cuellar gets out of it with just 1 run. It could have been a lot worse, but the way Marichal's pitching, 3-0 sounds pretty big. But we go to the bottom of the 5th with a score 3-0. And the Orioles need to get their offense going here. This is Earl Weaver's chagrined. Marichal 2-6, blank to Elrod Hendricks. 2-3, he's going to pop it up to McCovey at first base, 1 away. And just 2 measly singles is all the Orioles have been able to manage so far against Marichal. He's been dominant. 6-2, potential error on a throw. 4-4 is a fly to center, so Mays puts that away basket style. 2 down for Mark Belanger. 2-1, blank to a right-hander. Belanger 2-4, he's going to fly it to left field. Jimmy Ray Hart is there. Another 1-2-3 inning for Marichal. It seems like the whole game the Giants have been batting. And there's good reason. They've had 25 batters come to the plate, whereas the Orioles have only had 17. So if it seems like the Giants have been batting the whole game, they kind of have. All right, so top of the 6th. And we got to watch Cuellar. He can face 29 batters. He's faced 25, so this may be his last inning. Plus, he's scheduled to lead off next inning, so I think Earl just wants to get 6 innings out of him now. 4-3. He's not tired, so that's not going to be a single. Lanier, 5-1. He's going to pop it up to Davy Johnson. 1 down. For Marichal, who's 0-2. Cuellar, 6-5. Strikeout, got him. 2 down. Tito Fuentes, he's doubled twice. 5-1, double question mark against a switch hitter batting right. So 1-7, but that's a 19. So Fuentes gets the swing. 2-2 for Fuentes. He's going to ground it to Davy Johnson to end the inning. And that's going to be it for Cuellar. Cuellar is going to go 6 innings, give up 3 runs. So he did have the proverbial quality start, but with no offensive support, that doesn't really help him a whole lot. So now we need a pinch hitter for the Orioles. And we've shown their bench earlier. And their first line of defense is going to be left-handed hitting Dave May. He will lead things off in a pinch hitting capacity. And then the Orioles will bring in a new pitcher out of the pen. And that new pitcher is going to be, let's see who they're going to go to here. Looks like it's going to be Dave Leonard, a right-hander. He's got some length. He can maybe finish out the game. So since they don't have the lead or it's not tied, they're not going to go to their best one. They're going to go to a secondary reliever. All right, here's Dave May to pinch hit against Marichal. 3-5, that's a hit by pitch chance. But again, well, let's see. 11 minus the 2 is 9, so 17 is too high. May 1-2, he's going to fly to right. Bonds puts it away, and Dave May fails in the pinch. So there's 1 away. And that will bring up top of the order Don Buford. He's flown to right twice. 3-5, another hit by pitch chance, but that's not going to happen. Buford 3-1, he's going to ground it to short. Hal Lanier is there. 2 down for Paul Blair. 2-5, that's a potential walk. 17, though, is way too high for that. Blair swings and flies to left to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 frame. And Marichal has only faced 20 batters, and he can face 31, so he may get a complete game if he keeps going. And the new pitcher for the Orioles will be Dave Leonard. 7-4 with a 2.49 ERA and 1 save. Did have 3 starts and 34 relief appearances. Though he can face 10 batters in relief before being fatigued. So he will start out against Ron Hunt here in the top of the 7th. Leonard, 2-3 is a potential walk. 11 will do it. That's a 12 minus the 1, but that's an 11, so it will be a walk to Ron Hunt. Hunt has an attempt of 1, but nothing happening. It's Bobby Bonds. 6-6 is a range play. Infield is halfway. 3-3. That's a double to left field, but it is a range play. Buford is a 4. And he gets to it. Takes the double away. Helps keep the Orioles in the game. 1 down for McCovey. Nothing happening. Not doing the hit and run with McCovey. Leonard, 4-1. Double question mark. 1-19's an out. So that's an automatic out. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. So it could be a double play. He's a 2. 0 there, but they're halfway. Makes him a 3. And again, both infielders add 1 to the pivot. So that makes it a 4. 1-4 for an inning-ending double play. And they do it. They take care of it. So that's going to go. Now, I remember where the ground ball went. I think it went to short. So it's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And now we've got the 7th inning stretch here at Memorial Stadium. Earl is now almost exhausted that total pack of Chesterfields, as he is pacing the dugout trying to get his team to get some runs, get some hits. So far they've been very lackluster. 2 measly singles. So Marichal in control, it would appear, leading 3-0. 1-2 is a strikeout chance, and Frank Robinson is out of there. 1 down. That brings up Boog Powell. 5-6 strikeout chance, but 11 is too much. Powell gets to swing. 5-2, and he flies to left. 2 down. So 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Brooks Robinson. 5-1, blank against the righty. Robinson, 4-5, and that's a single past third base. So 3rd hit of the game for the Orioles. Strategy rolls have been turned off because the score is 3-0, and we're less than 3 innings away. So actually we'll roll for pickoff, but that's going to be it. No steal attempts, and they are playing runner safe. Runner safe method. 2-2, automatic out against the lefty Hendricks. That's an automatic star line, and the out will be a ground ball to third to end the inning. So we go to the 8th, still 3-0 Giants. Dave Leonard back out for his 2nd inning of work. We'll be facing Mays, Hart, and Dietz. 3-2. 3-2 is a possible error on a throw. 5-6, that's a pop-up to short, so no throw needed. 1 down for Jimmy Ray Hart. 5-2, potential error. Hart. 5-1, ground ball to second, but that's an 18, and Johnson's only a 5. So an easy play there. 2 down for Dick Dietz. 5-3, that's the ballpark, going to Memorial Stadium. 4-1, ground ball to short. Belanger's there, inning's over. So Leonard has pitched 2 solid, and he's coming up to bat in this inning, so that will be it for Mr. Leonard. His day is done with 2 solid shutout innings of relief. So he certainly did his job. No question about it. He went 2 innings. And now, actually, we're going to have a defensive replacement for the Giants. Since they have the lead, Jimmy Ray Hart, not a very good left fielder. They're going to bring in a better left fielder. And that better left fielder is Ken Henderson, who is a 2, a 9, and a -2 arm. So Ken Henderson will take over for Jimmy Ray Hart, since there's no more lefties in the pitching for the Orioles right now. They will use that function and put in Henderson. No double switch, just a straight up trade of positions. Jimmy Ray Hart goes to the bench. His day is done. All right, so the Orioles will need a pinch hitter. They've already used Dave May, so I think they're going to have to go I'm going to go to a right-hander this time around. I'm going to go to Kurt Moten. He's the highest average they have at 303, so they're going to Kurt Moten to pinch hit. Kurt Moten will be the pinch hitter here in the 8th inning. But first things first, we have Johnson and Belanger. Johnson, Belanger, and Moten facing Marichal. Marichal can face 31 batters. Right now he has faced 24, so he's still in good shape. Marichal, 3-2 is a potential walk. 7 will be that leadoff walk to Davy Johnson. And again, he's not going to try to steal. Down 3-0. Will roll for pickoff, but I don't think anything's happening. Nope. And they are runner safe. Here's Belanger. 5-6 strikeout chance. 13 is too much. Belanger gets to swing. 6-2. He's going to fly to right. 1 away. And that brings up the pinch hitter, Kurt Moten. Kurt Moten. Nothing on the strategy roll. Marichal, 3-1 strikeout chance. 7 got him. He's a 9 minus the 2, but that fits. So Kurt Moten strikes out in the pinch. 2 down for Don Buford. Marichal, 2-3. 2-3 is a strikeout chance. 17 is too much. Buford will swing. 3-1. He's going to ground it to short, and the inning is over. So Marichal, 8 shutout innings against the Orioles. Score still 3-0. That might be all for Marichal. I think they're going to go ahead and cap Marichal at 8 innings because they want to have him be able to come back on pitch game 4 and not be tired. So that's going to be it for Marichal, and Marichal is set to bat second this inning. So he will be coming out. And let's check on the next pitcher for the Orioles. It'll be right-hander Dick Hall. He's charged with keeping the score right where it is. Facing Hal Lanier, a pinch hitter for Marichal, and then Fuentes. So the pinch hitter for Marichal, they will go to the bench for left-handed hitting Dave Marshall. Not the best average, but he's the best left-handed average. And Dick Hall is much tougher against right-handers. So it'll be Dave Marshall pinch hitting for the Giants. So we will have Lanier, Marshall, and Fuentes. Let's get them in the right order. All right, so Dick Hall is on. And looks like Frank Lindsay is going to come on for the Giants to wrap it up. Unless the Giants score more runs, as long as it stays a save situation, they will bring in Lindsay. This Hall to Lanier, 5-3. That's an automatic star line. See what he does against right-handed batters. He gets a lot of outs against righties, which is why I use a left-handed pinch hitter coming up. But in this case, Lanier's the righty. He will be out, and it will be a fly to right. So 1 down, and that brings up the pinch hitter, Dave Marshall. 2-5, strikeout chance. That's a 9, but that'll be enough. He strikes Marshall out. Out number 2. And that brings up Tito Fuentes. 6-6. Fuentes is a switch hitter batting left, so he will not be out automatically. It turns into a blank. Fuentes, 5-4, and he's going to single to left field. So you see Hall has a little bit more trouble with the lefties than he does the righties. Here's Ron Hunt. 6-1 strikeout chance, and he does not get him. He's a 5 minus the 2, so no strikeout. Hunt will swing, 3-6, and he grounds it to first. Boog Powell makes the play to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Orioles. They will have to do it against the closer, Frank Lindsay, for the Giants. Frank Lindsay is on, and Lindsay will have the heart of the order. Blair, Robinson, and Powell due up. Marichal goes 8 innings, gives up nothing. So Frank Lindsay is on. To see about wrapping this up. Got a 3-0 lead to protect. 2-1 strikeout chance. Blair 8 and an 8, but that's a -2, so no strikeout. Blair, 4-4. He grounds it to short, 1 away. So Earl Weaver, to get with his troops and get their bats going in game 2, because game 1 they just aren't there. Frank Robinson, 6-2. That is an automatic single against Lindsay. So a little bit of hope there. Did you think there would be a 1-2-3 inning in this 69 World Series? I think not. So runner is safe, so no steal, no strategy roll, no nothing. Infield is halfway for Boog Powell. 2-2, strikeout chance 18 is too much. Powell gets to swing. 4-5, and that's a star 1, which is a ground ball to second. This could be the game. He's a 3. The pitcher adds nothing, but they're halfway, makes it a 4. The pivot is nada. So the pivot shortstop is a 0. So it's a 1-4, and the game's over. It's a 6, so runners are going to advance on that 4-3 ground out. Frank Robinson does take second base. That's the first base runner for the Orioles to make it to second base in this game. How you like that? They've never had anybody get to second base until now. That's how dominant the Juan Marichal was. All right, so 2 outs and a runner at second. Again, runner safe, so Frank Robinson will not score unless the dice dictate that he automatically scores. He will not risk it. Lindsay, 3-4. That's a possible error on a ground ball. Brooks Robinson, 5-4. He's going to single to center. I'm sorry, single past short, rather. Now, if the dice say he can score, I'll score him, but it's not a throw because it's to the infield. S6, you need a base running rating of 3 or better to score from second. Robinson has a 4, so he will score. At least the Orioles got off the schneid. They cut the lead to 3-1. And now the tying run is coming to the plate, and Elrod Hendricks. Runners are still in runner-safe mode. Lindsay has to bear down here. They don't want to blow this nice performance by Marichal. 2 outs, runner at first. Tying run is at the plate, 3-1. Right now, 3-1 in favor of the Giants. Lindsay to Hendricks, 4-5. Potential walk, but 19 is too much. Hendricks does get the swing. 3-4. He's going to fly to left, and there's your ball game. Ball game is over. The Giants defeat the Orioles by the score of 3-1. And a great pitching performance by Marichal, who is the winning pitcher. The losing pitcher is Cuellar. And Frank Lindsay gets the save. So let's do some totals for the Giants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits I've got them for. So 3-9-0. 3-9-0 for the Giants. And we'll bring out the player of the game in this one. And that's an easy call, as the player of the game is Juan Marichal. So we'll do the totals while Juan Marichal gets his little bit of notoriety. So for the Giants, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. For the Orioles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. For the Orioles, 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. Winning pitcher was Marichal. The loser was Cuellar. And I'm not sure who's pitching game 2. I don't know if I'd have to look and see who the Orioles used in the actual game. I do know for the Giants, it'll be the left-hander McCormick, as he mimics the lefty Kuzma that pitched in game 2 in the real series. So I can use that lineup for the Orioles against the lefty. But I don't know if it's going to be Palmer or McNally. I think it's McNally, but don't quote me on it. It could be Palmer. It's one of the two. I just don't know which one. But game 2, again, in Baltimore. Giants now lead the series 1-0. And they've taken the home field away from the Orioles as they go on the road and get the victory courtesy of Juan Marichal. But now they've turned it over to their third best pitcher, McCormick, here in coming up in game 2. But they do have Gaylord Perry in reserve in game 3 back home at Candlestick. And then game 4, it'll be Marichal again, which is why I only went him 8 innings. I wanted him not to have to exert himself too far so that when he comes back on the short rest, he won't be fatigued. So that's going to do it from here. Giants win it 3-1 over those vaunted Orioles. Earl Weaver went through about 2 packs of Chesterfields, paced up and down the dugout, and pretty much about ready to have a fit, other than Jim Palmer calming him down and bringing him off the ledge, knowing there's always game 2. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.